Hello, in this video I'm going to show how to use MlBiNetViz, which is a software for visualizing large bipartite networks using multi-level strategies. What that means should become clear throughout this video. This is a research and development endeavor being carried on at v0.2, which is a research group in visualization and computer graphics at the Institute of Mathematics and Computer Sciences from the Brazilian University of São Paulo. We have this sponsorship for funding this and other research, and you should reach a publicly available instance of this software at rfabri.icmc.usp.br, and then clicking on multilevel 2D top-down. If it complains about not finding Pixie, just reload the page. It's a known bug of the bleeding edge version of Pixie, a library we're using here to handle the networks using WebGL. You may find further information about this software by clicking the question mark. You reach then an about page with information about what the software is, how to use it, a video that I'm going to replace by this one I'm recording right now. This is an older version. And 3 links, one to the research group, another one for the repository with all the code in the software, and the third link to the article that reports on the results that made this visualization possible. It's an article about multi-level strategies on bipartite networks. So okay, how to use this piece of software? Well, you have tooltips on most every element that's going to appear here. First of all, you choose one of the networks. You may upload another one as well. We're only using the encall format for now because we don't have any demand for using other formats on this interface at the moment, but we use other formats in other software. So if you have a bipartite network in another format and want to use it in this software, make contact with us. This should be implemented quickly because we're using other formats all the time in other software. Okay, so when you pick any of these networks, it shows some preliminary information. Basically not. It's only the number of nodes in each layer and the number of links. And then the next step is to set up the coarsening algorithm. The coarsening algorithm is used to achieve a simplified representations of the original network. By that we mean representations with fewer nodes and fewer links. I'm not going to go through each of these options, but basically you choose a matching method for choosing nodes to be collapsed into supernodes for each of the layers, and then a similarity criterion, and then fine-tune these other options. If you're new to multi-level strategies in networks, you should be fine with these settings. With these default settings, it's loaded by default. Then you choose any of these layout algorithms. They are layout algorithms for node link diagrams. These are the networks available at NetworkX, which is a pretty well-known library to deal with networks in Python. So if you want further details on them, you may find it pretty easily. I will stick with Spring, but any of these are fine. These last two are for bipartite networks. And then you hit the render button. It renders the network on the canvas and makes these other widgets disabled. They're kept shown for you to keep track of what's going on, what were your choices to achieve this result. But from now on, the visualization is centered around these elements. You may change the layout again. It won't change what's already on the screen, but it will change what will be shown when you ask the interface to show the super nodes in further detail. Each of these nodes are actually super nodes. That means that they represent potentially many other nodes in previous layers. The visualization starts at the most simplified node, most simplified level achieved. So you can show or hide the links, and this text area is for information you ask about the network or about the nodes, and for some information the interface outputs to assist your navigation. And you perform the navigation mainly and basically by using this toolbar and this table. The table is interactive, so we'll start by this column. It changes the level in which these tools act. So it doesn't do anything on its own. It actually changes what these tools do. And then you have here some important information, which here is described that you're visualizing all the nodes on the first level, all the 100 nodes in each of the layers, and none of the nodes on the other levels, and all the links on the second level, but none of the links on the other levels. The colored columns are interactive, meaning that if you left click it, you can change the color of the layer. If you right click, you change the shape of the nodes in the layer. The same is valid for the other layer. I'll leave it like this. Oops. Leave it like this. And for the column that follows the links, if you right click, you toggle hide and show of them. If you left click, you can change the color as well. This left click is the same as this button for now, because we're only visualizing this level. But when you have more than one level being visualized, this applies only for the level of the cell. So okay, now we're ready to use the toolbar. This first set is for the nodes, the second set is for the links, this third set is for the multi-level strategy, and this fourth set is for the network as a whole, or for the canvas as a whole, if you prefer. So with left and right click on this first button, you may increase or decrease node size. This second button is to make them proportional to degree with left mouse button. You can reset the proportionality with this button, with the third button, and then if you right click, you will make them proportional to the number of predecessors, meaning the number of nodes this super node represents from the previous layer. One node here on the second layer, may represent many nodes in the first layer. That's what the number of predecessors means. The fourth button is for making the nodes more or less transparent with left and right click, and then you may rotate them with left and right click as well, counterclockwise and clockwise. Now you may wish to make the links thicker or thinner. You may wish to increase transparency or decrease transparency. And the third button is to make them proportional to the weight. If you left click, the transparency gets gets proportional to the weight. You may reset the proportionality with this button. If you right click there, the thickness gets proportional to width. It depends on the network to automatically reach final results, but you may tweak the visualization using these buttons in an orchestrated manner. So here you see a link, a thicker link because its weight is bigger than the other ones around it, and that's about it. This third set of buttons of tools are less trivial, so let's jump to the last set before getting to them. If you left click on this first button of the last set of buttons, you may change the background color. If you right click, you randomize the background color. This one is okay for now. You may zoom in and out with left and right clicks, move them left and right, and down and up with left and right clicks as well. You may rotate with left and right clicks all the network, and you may wish to toggle the initial setting of pan and zoom and the setting that you are interested in. If you start from the initial setting and then make another navigation here, by that I mean changing the zoom and pan like this, it will toggle from that visualization to the initial setting, and you can use that state to toggle between it and the initial setting. That's it. Now we can finally get to the last set of tools. The first one is to get some information about the node. It says the level to which it belongs, the ID, the number of predecessors, the degree, meaning the number of neighbors it has, and the strength, or the number or the total weight of its edges. I want to get at least one with here I have one with 2 predecessors. Here I found one with 23 predecessors. Okay, the second tool is for moving them. You may have noticed that it rotated a little bit. That's because any of these 4 tools here, apart from the info tool, it resets the rotation of the network. It's a design choice we made to keep things simple. So with this tool you can click on any node and drag it, or you can select a whole region of them and drag that region around. If you click outside the region, you will reset the tool, meaning you can click on the node again. to drag it. The third tool is for opening the nodes. You may open individual nodes like this. This one's, okay, this one has 3 predecessors. You may also join the nodes by open nodes like this, or open many of them in one step. Now you see that you have plenty of empty space here. We're going to take care of this soon. But first let's open some more to show how to use these tools a little bit further. So, okay, now you may wish to join these, but it's not always convenient to select them, making a region like this. So this tool is for joining them by clicking subsequently on them. You click here and here, so you didn't select this node that was on the middle of them. You may move these nodes like this. And now we're going to take care of these edges that are going through the middle of the supernode, so of the open node, and making some other actions using this last tool. If you click on the node with it, it's called the resize tool. It's described as first resizing, but it says all that it does. It changes the corner to which the edges connect on the same level. So here you can make it a little bit better. You also may wish to resize the nodes, the super node, the open super node. You click and drag a little bit, and it resizes like this. And we can make this a little bit better, right? The last thing that it does, it's better shown by navigating to another level. Now we went to the first level, so if we want to increase or decrease the nodes, they're going to be the nodes on the first level, not on the level 2 or 0. And you may wish to move them around, like say we want to move these ones over here. Okay, so now I have plenty of free space here, empty space, and if I use the resize tool here by dragging it just a little bit, it's going to scale the whole layout of these predecessors to better use the space available. So this tool makes 3 things. It resizes the open node, it changes the corner to which the links connect, and it makes the layout of the predecessors inside it better use the available space. Okay, so that's it. Let's just finish the navigation. Let's open at least some of these nodes in level 1 to see the original nodes. So here we're seeing nodes in level 0 or original nodes. You can see that the colors are the ones you expect from the table. If you wish to change any of them, let's say we want black nodes here. It does as you expect, and you may ask, you may get some information about these nodes. You see that it doesn't react, it doesn't make the hand on any of these, but only on this node, because it's on this super node. This open super node is on level 1. These nodes are on level 1. Only the blue and the yellow nodes are on level 1. Okay, both here are yellow, so let's change it. Change for Let's make it magenta. Okay. And we may ask about it. Here it says that the IDs, these IDs were joined. It's on level 1. It has 8 predecessors, as we can see here. And it is related to these 2 successors. Total degree is 4 and total strength is 24. And that's about it. You can from here have some clue on how these things go on. I can make the links less thick to better visualize this. I can open some of these nodes on level 1. Let's open this one. Okay, so I found these 4 nodes. They are all on the first layer. I can change the corner to which they are connected, the links are connected, and that's it. Any questions or any issues, please get in touch with us. Thank you.